All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Coach Larry Beecham here for the Monday night webinar. Sorry for the delay. As you can imagine, sometimes there's technical issues that slow you down. But here I am, and I'm excited to be here. So if this is your first time on the Monday night webinar, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. If you're a regular, thank you for your continued support of the webinars. Now, before we get into tonight's training, I want to give you a little housekeeping sort of announcements to keep you in the loop on what's going on with Legendary Marketer. First of all, this happens every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. So mark your calendars. We typically have an amazing co-trainer, or I'm, going to do it myself, whatever the case might be. So make sure you mark your calendars for this. Also, Monday through Thursday, we have what's called Wake Up Legendary, and that is a call that happens at 10 a.m. Eastern for 15 minutes. There's two ways you can jump on that, and there's a way you can also get the replays. If you want to dial in, you can dial 563-999-1286, okay? Or if you want to listen online, you can go to fb.com/Legendary Marketer Official. That's on Facebook. Now, if you happen to miss altogether or can't get on for whatever reason, you want to catch the replay, you can go to legendarymarketer.com/daily call to get the replay. Now on Fridays, we do Free Coaching Friday. That's co-hosted by Steph Perez. She does that with me on Fridays. It's about an hour call. So they give you an opportunity to connect to us, and we'll do what we can to get your questions answered. What else is going on? I think that might be it for now. Now, if you are used to coming on to Free Coaching Friday, then you know we do live Q&A. Tonight's going to be very similar to that. Because we had the tech issue, I was not able to set up some things, but I wanted to make it valuable for you anyway. All right, so there's a couple of different ways that we can interact tonight. I'm going to start off with some basic understanding of some things, and then I'm going to give you an opportunity to ask questions tonight and hopefully help you get to the next level for your business. All right, so that being said, let me jump over here because I know some of you are watching on YouTube while others are watching on our business page, on the streaming page here, and then others, again, maybe somewhere else. So let me first of all check and see something here. What I want to do is if you're on YouTube checking this out and you want to chat live on YouTube, you can do that. So let me pull up that other page, and you guys can talk to me right on YouTube. And then I'm going to set up something here for you guys to talk to me on the Facebook group. So let me talk to me right. Mute this. Okay. All right. So if you're on YouTube and you're watching this on YouTube, you can certainly type in the live chat. You should see where that is. In our Facebook group, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a little chat here, or start a post. And that post can be used to ask questions. Okay. So I'm setting that up for you right as we speak. All right, so just bear with me as I get this together. All right, if you're on our Facebook group or in the Facebook group right now while you're watching this, I just did a post that says watching the live webinar and have questions, post them here. All right, so now you can interact with me both on YouTube and on Facebook. All right, so let me get back to my main screen here. All right, hey, give me a shout out if you're watching live. If you can see and hear me okay, that'll be great. You can do that chat, like I said, on YouTube, or you can do it in the Facebook post that I just made. So let's jump into tonight's training. We got, is that Delilah? Delilah's on. Thank you, Delilah. Appreciate you liking the post. All right. So tonight what I want to kind of focus on and cover, and I had to kind of, I had to change rooms, so I don't know if anybody will walk in, but it doesn't matter. I'm at home. All right. So tonight what I wanted to talk about is just really the fundamental basic understanding of lead generation. It seems to always be something that people struggle with when it comes to generating leads. And I just kind of want to talk straight into the camera and kind of give you some understanding of lead generation and how you can come upon that. Ingrid, what's up, Ingrid? She's watching all the way from Brazil. Glad to have you, my friend. All right, we got, what's up, Mr. Prince? Fayon Prince is checking us out on YouTube. And Laura's also on YouTube, can hear me loud and clear. So I'll keep jumping back and forth and interacting with you guys. So please do me a favor and continue to interact with me. But lead generation, so there's a couple of different thoughts behind how we all go about generating leads for our business. First and foremost, without leads, you have no business. All right. But in order for you to have an opportunity to make money with any business, it doesn't matter if it's internet business, if it's a grocery store, if it's a auto body shop, you have to have leads. You have to have people who express a basic need of some sort. And that's the beginning of it all. So you have to understand the definition of a lead is basically somebody out in the marketplace who has a problem that needs solved. They have pain that needs to be relieved. They have a question that needs to be answered, etc. Okay, that's the beginning of it all. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to be a buyer of yours. That just simply means that they are in the marketplace and they meet a certain definition. Okay, so in the world of legendary marketer, if you're involved in legendary marketer, I had a guy ask me this the other day. When someone asked, he said, when someone asks me what I do, what should be my answer? And I said, well, you have to understand the business. So there's two possible answers you can give somebody. It's actually, it's one answer, but two sides. We are either going to put a person in business for themselves online, or if they have an existing business and want to learn how to market that existing business using the internet, we will train them. That's what we do here at Legendary Marketer. So what does that mean when it comes to leads? Well, you're looking for someone, or at least hoping to attract someone who is either looking to start a home-based business and they want to do it on their computer, or someone that owns an existing business. It doesn't matter if it's on or offline, but they would like to use the internet to promote and grow that business. And they want training on that. That is what we do. Okay. Now, with that foundation, everything else is built upon that understanding. Now, let me focus on something that I see happening all the time when it comes to the effort to generate leads, and that is doing videos. All right. Videos is one of those things that you hear people saying everybody should do videos. And I agree that videos are at the top of the list of the most powerful ways to generate leads. But you still have to remember, what does it take to generate a lead? All right. So if you're going to get in front of the camera, and I'm going to break down a couple of different things, but I want to bring the conversation about videos right in front of the training here. If you are going to do videos, you must have a video that has significant substance for someone to even consider watching it. Significant substance. Even if the video is a minute long, there needs to be significant substance to that video. And I'm going to explain what I mean. But what you typically hear is people saying such things as, just tell your story. Just tell people about your journey. I do believe those videos have value, but that is not a lead generating type of video. Why? Because if you go back to the definition I just gave you, a lead is someone who has a specific problem that needs to be solved, pain that needs to be relieved, a question needs to be answered, etc. Your story is almost never what someone is looking for when they have a problem. They're not saying, man, you know what? I'm really struggling to fill in the blank, and I just need to hear somebody's story. I just need to hear their rags to riches journey. If a person has a toothache, okay, they have a toothache, an actual toothache, and your product is an Ambisol type product that relieves temporary toothache pain, and you get on camera and you tell your story, that person will never know about your Ambisol because you're not talking to them about something relevant. There is no significant substance to the video you just did. You have to have content. You have to have information that moves a person much closer to the end result that they're after. That doesn't mean they're going to buy anything at this point, but you have to be successful in convincing that person that the problem that they need a solution to, you have the potential to help them with that. One of my buddies, Keisha Bass, who came on a few weeks ago and did a training, I jump onto her Facebook Lives all the time. And Keisha is incredibly good at delivering significant substance. Okay, so let me give you an example of what I mean. First of all, the headline on her video was the type of headline that would cause me to want to click on it to see exactly what she's talking about. She just didn't throw up a random sentence. She actually put up a sentence that made sense. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a live demonstration of a software that can help all of you create incredible headlines, both for your videos, for your emails, for your social posts, for your paid ads. This software is an incredible resource because at the heart of getting anyone to click on a video to watch, to stop and check out your live stream, etc., it all begins with what do you say that gets them to stop, drop, and watch, okay? That is called copywriting. Copywriting takes time to learn and even longer to really master, but along the way, there are resources in the marketplace that will give you the power to do that. So tonight I want to, first of all, do a demonstration of that headline because the headline begins the process of significant substance. A person must be convinced that you have something for them that can help them. I'm going to do a screen share to jump into this. By the way, am I already helping you? Let me know. Okay, what's up, Jennifer? Jennifer's on YouTube. Let me see who we got on Facebook, if anybody's on Facebook. Okay, Sean Lowry's out there on Facebook. All right, so let me pull up the software here real quick. Then I'm gonna do a quick screen share. All righty. All right, I think I got it pulled up here. Yeah, all right. So let me do a screen share and show you guys this software. This is a free software that I found, all right? So you don't have to spend any money on this. It's pretty cool. Okay, at this point, I should be sharing my screen. All right. Now, the website here that I'm on is called title-generator.com. All right, you can see it up here in the headline. All right, title-generator.com. All right, now, this thing says over 700 headlines with one click. All right, so how do you use this thing? Well, right down here, there's this little field, okay? And you want to type in the keyword that you want to use in order to get a headline kicked out, all right? So let's say, let me use toothache. Since I mentioned that, let's just go ahead and type in the word toothache, or the word toothache. Toothache, one word? I think it is one word. That one? Yeah. All right. So this software gives you the power of a professional copywriter at the click of a button. So watch this. I'm going to hit Get Headlines. Boom. And now I'm going to scroll down and look at this. I'm just going to, first of all, show you just visually how many headlines this thing kicked out. Okay, look at this. It said 700, right? I'm already into 150, almost 200 headlines. All right, so let's go back to the top and let's look at a couple of these headlines. All right, we can look at the first 10 and you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, I want you to imagine you having a toothache and you're thinking, man, I really need some help with this. Let's look at what these headlines say. Let's see which one of these would actually trigger us. The first one says 5 ways to get through to your headache. So that's worded badly because again, it's a software, but it gives us the foundations. 14 days to a better toothache. I love it. Okay. Everything you wanted to know about toothache and were too embarrassed to ask. 2 ways you can use toothache to become irresistible to customers. All right. Again, we're using a software and you'd obviously have to add a word here or there, but I think you get where I'm coming from. Okay. Number 6, how to start a business with a toothache. Okay. What everyone ought to know about toothaches. Okay. Boom. Number 7 is almost worded perfectly. Okay. What everyone ought to know about toothaches. I could put an S on the end of toothaches, and that will be a good headline. Okay. Let's see here. I'm looking through these. Okay. The truth about toothaches in 3 minutes. Okay. Seven easy ways to make toothaches. Okay, it says make toothaches faster, but we got enough common sense that we can change the word, change a couple words. It says 7 easy ways to make toothaches less painful. You follow me? So my point is this software, and let's use a different word. So toothache seems to be terrible. All right, let's use breakfast. All right, let's see what breakfast gives us. All right, I'm gonna skip down here. Let's see here. Okay, number 163, how to take the headache out of breakfast. Let's see here. 12 questions answered about breakfast. Okay. So this one could be 12 questions answered about lead generation. You see how we can just swap out the word breakfast for lead generation? Okay, number 172, 5 surefire ways breakfast will drive your business into the ground. But here's the thing. I want you to take out the word breakfast and change it to 5 surefire ways, subjects, will, action, okay? Okay, drive your business to the ground. That's the action. So 5 surefire ways, email marketing will take your business to the next level. Okay, you follow me? But anyway, this is a great software, and I've used it many, many times to help me generate headlines, okay, for my videos. It's making sense so far? Let me go back and see if we got any questions. All right. Thank you, Delilah, for typing in that the headline, the link to the tech title generator in Facebook. Appreciate that. Sharonda says very helpful. Yeah. See, these are little cheat codes, so to speak, that I have used over the years that have helped me to stay relevant without having to wait around for my skills to come to bear. There's actually another one out here. Let me see if I can find this other one that I used to use. Here's one, content idea generator. I've never seen this one. Here's the old one I used to use, okay? And the reason why I don't use this one as much anymore is because it requires a whole lot more thought, okay? But if you want to come check it out, the link here is internetmarketingcourse.com/free headline generator, okay? So you don't have to put in, and there's an example right beneath these fields, okay? You see that right there? There's an example of what you should put in that field, an example what you put in the one below it, blah, blah, blah. And similar to the other one, it kicks out a headline. But the other reason why I like this site is because it also has a free sales letter generator. Okay. So now if you go take the time and you just follow along this particular one, you can actually just fill it in and it kicks out a sales letter for you. How many of you know that when you go to put together a sales page, it's important how it's worded? Well, these generators are created by people who make a lot of money in sales copy, and they're basically just having you do the plug and play process. Okay, so again, this is on internetmarketingcourse.com/free sales generator, and you can, free headline generator is where I started, but free sales letter generator is the link at the bottom. So they do have 2 separate links, but they're linked to the same page. But these are 2 free resources that can help you. All right, not to get too far off the reservation though, my point to starting you here is significant substance. Your headline must be catchy enough to get someone to want to stop and listen to you talk about XYZ. All right, let's go to Facebook or YouTube and see what we got here. Let's see, let me stop screen sharing for a second. And let's go over here to YouTube and see if we got any questions or comments. Okay, everybody says very helpful. Yeah. Fayon said, now my headlines won't be so whack anymore. All right. I love it. All right. So is it making sense? All right. So significant substance begins with the headline. You got to be able to use a headline that's going to get their attention. Now let's move on to the actual content. I've given this advice to several people many, many times. And that advice is this: if you're going to do a video or videos, start off by doing 1 minute to 90-second videos and no longer than that. And the reason is because most of you don't understand the concept of significant substance, and you talk and talk and talk and talk and talk about absolutely nothing related to what a person wants. You have a 14-minute video and nobody really that you need to have watch it is watching it, because what are you going to say for 14 minutes? And the reason why 1 minute to 90 seconds is good is because it forces you to strip the fat, to trim the fat of it, saying anything you don't really need to say. I'm going to give you a framework on what you can do in order to create the type of 1 minute to 90-second video that has significant substance in it. Okay? So 1 minute to 90 seconds should be the videos that you start doing to build your strength. All right. Because again, if it's going to be a lead generating video, it must be significant substance. It must be something that leads a person down the path of getting a solution to a problem. All right. We're going to use toothache again. All right. So let's say that I actually did this example with a dental hygienist one time who's in Legendary Marketer. So here's the framework for doing a video. And you can also use this framework if you want to do an article like a blog post, but it's really good for videos to keep you concise. Okay, number one. Okay, I'm gonna give you 5 or 6 steps here. Number one, intro, your name and what the video is about. That's number one. Okay, write that down. Number one, intro, your name and what the video is about. For example, hi, my name is Larry Beecham. Today I'm going to talk about 3 things you can do to relieve tooth pain instantly if you can't get to the dentist. All right, see how fast that was? That was less than 5 seconds that I said that. Who I am, what the video is about, all in the first sentence, okay? Number 2, you want to ask a qualifying question or make a qualifying statement. Okay, here's an example of what I mean. Most people struggle with a toothache at some point in time in their day or their life, but the question is, what do you do if you can't get to the dentist and it's throbbing out of your head? Okay, that's kind of a hybrid question statement. A statement would be 47% of most people that suffer from a toothache have no idea how to correct that without going to the dentist, but they're looking for a fast solution so they don't have to spend the money, go to the dentist, whatever. That's a qualifying statement. Qualifying question is, are you currently struggling with a toothache and don't want to go to the dentist? That's a qualifying statement. Qualifying question. All right, so you got the name and intro, then you got a qualifying question or statement. And then number 3 is a great place to tell a story. Whether it's your personal story, a story you heard, a story you read from somewhere else, you can insert a quick story. My 5-year-old son got up in the middle of the night, ran down, jumped in the bed with my wife and I, crying, and he kept holding the side of his face. Didn't realize that he had chipped his tooth and now his face is swollen up, but it's in the middle of the night. There's no dentist open in the middle of the night. We don't want to run him all the way to the emergency room. So what do you do if you have that situation? So you tell a story. Now, the design of the story is to give people an opportunity to relate to whatever it is that you're going to talk about. Okay. And I'm not sure what number I'm on. Is that number 3? All right. You tell a quick little story. You can either tell a personal story or relate a story so that you can lay the foundation for relatability. Number 4 is you want to make a point or draw out a point from what the story that you told. So you say, so the point I'm trying to make is this. Most people will freak out when it comes to solving that problem that I just described from the story. Most people freak out. What do I do? My son's mouth surgery. I don't want to go to the doctor. So you make a point that most people do take the trip to the emergency room in the middle of the night, and they do spend 3 hours there just to be told that they got to wait in the morning to get an antibiotic. All right. So now you want to, next up is thing number 5, teach from the point you just made. Here's what I mean by that. So today what I'm going to do is give you 3 things that you can do if you ever run into this situation like I ran into, and avoid having to get up in the middle of the night and go run to the hospital, spend all night just to be told you got to wait in the morning anyway. Here's 3 things you can do to relieve the pain instantly. Number 1, tell them what it is. Number 2, tell them what it is. Number 3, tell them what it is. Okay. After you make your point, you teach from your point. Teach them something. Remember, they're there for a step closer to the solution to their ultimate problem. All right. Now let me insert a word here that I have made up, and I call it teach-vertise. Teach-vertise. In other words, use teaching and instruction to market and promote yourself. Teach-vertise. Advertise with teaching, or market yourself with instruction. That's what this is whole designed to do. All right. So you give them the 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then once you do that, now it's time for the final step, which is what I like to call either continuing the conversation or the call to action, however you like to look at that. And that's the final step, which is, now that I've given you these 3 tips on what you can do in order to relieve the pain temporarily, I have a resource that you can go download that actually gives you 7 more home remedies for toothaches that you never thought were possible. So go download my free resource. Matter of fact, the 3 I gave you today are the first 3 of the 10 in the resource. Go download the whole thing on blablabla.com. Does it make sense? All right. Let me give you another example that hopefully this will sink in. The demonstration I just did for you guys, right? So let's roll back the formula. This is Larry Beecham, and today I'm going to show you a quick and easy tool that'll help you look like a professional headline writer and get more people to open your videos or get more people to open your emails. All right. Have you ever written an email or did a video and got nobody to open the email and nobody watching the video? We've all been there, right? I remember when I first got started as an internet marketer, I was told I needed to write articles and do videos. Now, I got good at the content, but where I struggled is getting people to read and watch. And I just didn't know why. One day, one of my mentors said, Larry, I got your email today. Well, I know it's you, so I clicked on it and watched it. Content was great, but the headline you used was awful. He said, you need to learn how to, write a headline to get people to even open it. And I felt this sinking feeling because I knew that it was going to take time, energy, and money to do that, right? Have you ever been there before? Do you understand where I'm coming from? Well, guess what? Today, I've come across an amazing software that'll teach you how to create a headline instantaneously. As a matter of fact, not just one headline, not 2, but 700 possible headlines you can actually use. Let me stop talking about it and let me show you, right? So, and I forgot something. The point of that story, I forgot to say this. The point is this. If you do not have a strong headline, it is near impossible to get enough people to see your stuff. So that was the point. Now I'm going to teach from that point. So today I'm going to show you a software that will solve the problem instantaneously. So let me show it to you. Then I'll get on there and do the demonstration, blah, blah, blah. All right. So now that I did this demonstration, that person is all excited like you guys got seeing that headline. And now I can come behind that after I've taught them something. I taught them about a tool they didn't know about. Say, well, if you like this tool, well, guess what? I've got a secret toolbox of other things that I have found, just like this tool, that'll not only help you with headlines. I got one that'll help you with sales letters. I got one that'll help you blah, blah. So if you go here, it's free. Just go to blablabla.com. You can download this link or download the guide that I created or the cheat sheet or whatever you want to call it. And that'll give you an opportunity to get deeper into your knowledge of how I do what I do to get more results. Okay, that's it. That's lead generating, 90 seconds. And I added a whole lot of talking because I'm teaching this to you, but do you get where I'm coming from? 1 minute to 90 seconds, you can get everything you need in there, but you must first be prepared. Do you recognize the significant substance in what I've been saying? Do you see it? Do you recognize it? Because if you do, this is how you start to have power in the marketplace. This is how you start to get people to pay attention to you. Let me go back to YouTube and Facebook and see how we're doing here. Okay. Laura says clove oil. I think she's probably talking about toothaches. I don't know. Let's see here. Let's go over here to Facebook and see what we got. Got any comments? Any questions? Okay. Okay, Sharada says she struggles with emails too. Understood. So one of the things about emails that's very similar to videos is we spend way too much time focused on saying too much. Okay, so let's say you have created a blog post, and it has great content on it. And you want your email list to go and read the blog post. The same principles apply to a degree. So if I have an incredible headline, all right, I'm going to put that headline in the email. And then I'm going to say, hey guys, Larry Beecham, today it's all about email marketing, or it's all about headline writing. And then I'll say, ask that question, have you ever written content, did a video, and then turned around and went back and noticed barely anybody saw it? Well, there's a reason for that. And there's 3 basic reasons why that's the case. Number 2 will shock you that most people mess up. And those 3 things are over here on my blog post. Go look at my blog post and have a link there. So you notice I didn't spend a lot of time telling them what it was. I said just enough to trigger their curiosity to want to go over to the post. Okay. That's how you go from email to like a post or email to your YouTube video, whatever the case might be. But when they get to the content, you want to crush it out, and then you want to send them somewhere else. If you're really skillful, here's a principle: never create a dead end for your message or your money. Never create a dead end for your message or your money. Here's what I mean by that. On email, if I'm going to talk about email, I'm going to send you somewhere off the email. Once you get to that content and I get through that, I'm going to send you somewhere else. And once you download that, in that content you download, I'm going to send you somewhere else. I'm never going to create a dead end. I'm always going to point you to somewhere else to keep you engaged on my content. Okay? You want to think in terms of commas and semicolons, not periods. Okay? Because a period is like, that's it. But a comma implies the continuation of something. A semicolon implies a continuation of something when we're talking about grammar and punctuation. So in your marketing, you want to move a person through a continuous process of getting access to something new behind the content that you're creating. That's why when I look at someone's video and they tell me they want me to look at it, I go all the way to the end first and see what are they saying at the very end. Most of them say, have a good day, and that's not what you want to do. Okay, you don't want to say have a good day without giving me a call to action in front of that. And most people just talk and then they say, thanks for watching. But also, they don't have significant substance, so most people are not going to watch the whole thing. They can get that far. Okay? Is this making sense? Okay. Now, taking these principles and applying them to like paid ads, same thing. Same thing in this sense. You have to have an incredible headline. It has to be strong enough to draw the attention of the people you're trying to attract. And then you must have enough value in what you're saying to them, the significant substance, for them to take the action you want them to take. If I'm running an ad on Facebook and it's an ad with just a picture and a headline and a button for them to go learn more or shop or whatever, I have to be fully convinced that that content is good enough to get them to take the action I want them to take. And that requires testing, which is my next point. Whenever you create anything, the first time you release it, don't consider it to be your final draft. It's typically going to be your test draft. I was talking to another guy who came on and did one of our trainings, Marco Russell, who has an amazing coaching and consulting business, and he teaches people that, and teaches people how to build a coaching and consulting business. And one of the things that he said to me that most people make a mistake on is when they go to run a Facebook ad in particular, whatever their budget is, they don't think about their budget as a test budget, because you don't really know what the market is going to say. You're collecting data, and that data collection is valuable, all right? Because the first time you run that video ad or that image ad to that audience with that message, their response is going to tell you whether or not that is how they want you to promote or market to them. And by the way, all content is basically like that. Until a person has built their trust up in you, your first piece of content is typically going to be the thing that convinces them to believe in you or not believe in you. So as good as you might think it is, it's still just a test the first time the marketplace sees it. Now, if you're able to generate the amount of leads that you choose to based upon the goal, phenomenal. But at the end of the day, it's really still just a test until you get enough data to determine, should I keep putting this video out or not? And that's okay. It's not personal. You just got to let the marketplace tell you what exactly it is that they want from you. But the more knowledge you get about who it is you want to serve, the better. If you're serving stay-at-home moms, if you're serving, entrepreneurs who are working in a home-based business, network marketers, whoever it is that you're serving, you should get to know that person very, very well to understand what their needs are. And I said this many times when I've spoke on stages. I said, if I represent your target market, what do you know about me? And I said, I as in I'm an African-American, middle-aged man, married, living in the suburbs with a large family. I drive a minivan sometimes. Do you know me well enough to know what I would want to have marketed to me? Okay, what do I like to do in my spare time? What are my favorite things I like to do? What's my favorite food to eat? Or favorite types of food to eat? On the weekends when I'm relaxing, what would I be doing? When it comes time to celebrate an anniversary or celebrate something, what would I be doing? Where would I go spend my money? What kind of clothes do I like to wear? What kind of vehicle do I like to drive? You know what I mean? What are my hobbies? See, these are things that if you understand your target market, by and large, you'll be able to hone in on exactly how to position to them what it is that you want. And Facebook and sites like Facebook are incredibly strong with that, because when you create your profile, in your profile, you're pretty much telling them everything. So when you see those ads that appear on your wall, my wife has ads that I'll never see, and vice versa, because we're very different in our interests and the things that we watch and look at and all of that. And so Facebook keeps putting stuff in front of us based upon what I've been saying all night long. If they're going to sell advertising to an advertiser, they have to convince that advertiser that has a certain type of, we call it an avatar, that Facebook says, yes, we have 700,000 people that are like what you need. They look like, sound like, walk, talk like what you need. Put your message in front of those people. Okay? All right, so let's jump on here and see if there's any questions. Are you guys getting this? Talk to me now. Talk to me. Let's go on here to Facebook and see where we're at. Okay. All right, so let's see where we're at. Yeah, so we're pretty much at the top of the hour. So again, I apologize for the delay tonight. I'm glad you guys were able to jump on. So if I gave you some value tonight, awesome. This will help you take your business to the next level. If you got questions and you want to deep dive into this later on, feel free to reach out to me. So look, we're going to conclude this tonight a little early. So hopefully the software I showed you is enough value for you guys to really step up to the next level and continue to build your skill set, because that's the most important thing. I've been out here a long time, and every single day I'm learning something new myself. Actually, let me see if I have my book here that I have with me. I want to recommend it if I have it with me here. I think I do. Yeah. All right. So as we wrap up, I want to recommend a new book that I found that you guys should go check out. This is a book about email marketing. It's called Open Click Buy. It's a great resource. Go grab a copy of this book. I think they have an ebook version, but I like the physical too, because, if I'm not on the computer, I can pull it out and I can read it. So this is a great resource that all of you should have when it comes to email marketing. I think you should check it out. So it's very, very good, and it will teach you some incredible skills and tips and hacks on how to get more effective results from your email marketing. Before we go, let me check one more time, see if we got any questions. Thank you, Barb. I appreciate you. Looking forward to seeing you soon. All right, let's see. Go out here to YouTube and see what we got here. All right, looks like that software was a winner, huh? All right. Well, to all of you, thank you for jumping on tonight. I'm grateful to have you here. So, hey, check me out tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern for the wake-up call. And I look forward to helping you guys continue to push your value out there. And, let's make some impact. Let's make some money. With that being said, go forth in victory. I'll see you all soon. Take care and God bless.